and then when we're ready, we can start. And that way it's a little bit more casual. Kind of like when you start a karaoke show with music, right? Rather than just jumping in and starting to talk, right? Right now, this intro slide is on. They can hear the music coming from the jukebox.
And they can hear...
They can hear us talking as well. Now, if we have our microphones down kind of away from us, they won't hear us really.
Right.
The only thing that I want to figure out is whether or not we can monitor comments.
Well, you should be able to on Facebook. You may not be able to do both accounts.
Should be able to see that we're live streaming right now.
Yeah, there it is. So we are live streaming right now.
Is this live right now?
Check, check.
It says that it's live. And you can hear the music, but there's gonna be a bit of a time delay between what we're saying and what's coming up.
There you go.
There we go, we can hear it. Beautiful. Which means that if any of you fine people are online watching us right now, you are more than welcome to share your comments with us. And Andrew is, hopefully this will update live. What do you think?
Well, we'll find out. We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. If you don't, if a comment or something does not pop up, you can refresh the page and just see if all of a sudden something has appeared. Although who knows? I mean, there could be people watching right now. There may be nobody watching right now. But I do. All right. So, going live to Facebook on the TAZ Entertainment page, and there's a few people in the audience, kind of. So, what do you think? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update, live from Gator Sports Club in Woodbine. Here's your host, the amazing, the incredible Chris Rudd.
Hello, welcome to the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update. I'm your host, Chris Rudd, with my man Andrew over here. Hey Andrew, how's it going?
It's going good.
We've also got our special guest today, Tyler Zeck, president of TAZ Entertainment. So
I feel totally trapped here between the two. This is weird.
It wasn't planned.
You're both really big guys.
You're the meat in the TAZ sandwich.
Well, I've been accused of worse.
So Tyler, this is really cool that we're doing a show. What this show's about, it's a sports show. For those of you who maybe follow sports, maybe don't, but we're going to give you some points to talk about so that when your friends are talking sports and you're looking at them going, I have no clue what you're doing, what you're saying, what do you mean? At least now you can be like, hey, I know about this. And then your friends will be like, oh, that's awesome. But first off, our special guest here, Tyler, what prompted you to do this sports show?
Exactly what you just said, you know, and it's funny, what actually made me think of it, I have some buddies, and it's possible that some people that are tuned in watching right now would be able to relate to this, but I have some friends that like to have these poker nights, right?
Right.
And I don't get out very often, but when these guys are in all these fantasy leagues, right? Fantasy football, fantasy hockey. I go, and they're talking about all these different trades and sports stats and all these different things, and I don't know anything about any of that stuff, right? But, so people say, oh, well, you're not yeah, I feel like I'm not a good sports fan, right? I listen to some of the sports shows on Sportsnet or whatever, and I hear what they're talking about. I'm like, I don't know who most of these players are, right? And it's not that I'm totally uninterested. It's just that I'm not interested enough to really take the time to research it. But sometimes I feel misinformed, like, are the Flames even in the playoffs? What's going on? Like you told me about And I know I think I'm getting ahead of us here in the show.
That's okay.
There's a format in the show, but I had no idea that World Juniors were starting up this week. And I like the juniors. I love watching World Juniors, right? Brought that up, so that's cool. So again, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going out of order on you here. That's what's going on. So that's why I decided to start a YouTube show. And of course, TAZ Entertainment is in the business of helping bar owners promote themselves. Gator Sports Pub here in Woodbine is where we're of course broadcasting live. I've been doing karaoke shows here for 15 years. These are my longest running customer, and they are such a cool neighborhood pub. I've compared them to Cheers all the time, you know, just over the years, getting to know the regulars that come in here. And of course, as a sports pub, you know, we've got the big screen, which I know we're here early today, so it's not turned on right now. We should have turned it on.
Yeah, I guess we should have.
Should have turned it on. Next
our first show. We're working through the kinks.
Better if we wanted to do a sports show for the non-sports fan, where better than Gator Sports Pub? Okay?
It's a great location. You know, I've been here multiple times, and food's amazing, great atmosphere, great people. Always good beer.
And always great beer.
Good beer, good friends. So yeah, and really to broadcast a live sports show, this is cool. I feel kind of spoiled. I feel like I'm self-gratifying myself by being on this episode, because this isn't my show. This is your guys' show. So this is I'm glad I'm here. But what are we going to talk about today? I'm along for the ride more than anything. So.
Well, Chris, like Tyler mentioned, the World Juniors are starting up on Boxing Day. I believe Canada's playing Denmark.
Yes, Canada does open the World Junior Tournament. And for those of you who don't know, the World Junior Tournament is an international ice hockey federation tournament where countries from all around the globe compete for the World Junior Championship. And, well, as Canadians, you know, we love our hockey and we win it a lot, which is beautiful. You know, if you're a sports fan, you want to see your team win. And if you're a Canadian, we win at hockey a lot. Even when American NHL teams win, remember, half the roster at least are Canadian.
Canadian pride.
So yeah, it does start. I know
we've got to hold on to something, right?
That's absolutely right.
You know, I do believe the major sports stations will be covering it. But hey, if you're wanting to watch it, Boxing 6 p.m. You've done your Boxing Day shopping, or well, your wife has. Maybe some of you guys are out there.
I love Boxing Day shopping. That's when I buy all my best electronics.
Yeah, it's 2018.
I'm sorry that I assumed.
What are you saying? I should be shopping on Amazon or something? Is that your?
No, I'm saying it's not just ladies that go shopping. It's, you know.
That's right. Okay, men are allowed to shop.
Maybe it's cool outside. Anyway, let's move along.
Let's get back on topic.
That's why you're wearing your ugly Christmas sweater?
Yes, well, actually, there's a reason for that. We are doing at our TAZ Entertainment bars tonight ugly Christmas sweater parties at the Lighthouse, here at Gator Sports Pub, and at O'Sullivan's. So there's prizes to go out at each place, and the top winner out of any of the 3 bars wins some gift certificates. So
would that be an Oilers sweater?
Sorry?
Would that be an Oilers sweater?
So, if you wear an Oilers sweater, that one's ugly as hell.
Either that or a sweater.
It's a hands down win. I don't know.
Sorry.
Some people look good in green, right? So
I guess the Grinch does. So the other major things, just getting back on topic.
Sports.
Sorry,
Andrew. Chris wants to talk about sports. Come on.
As you can see, you probably don't know me, but hopefully over time viewing this, you will. I'm an avid sports nut. I've grown up here in Calgary, coached minor sports with football for years, and this is an awesome thing to talk sports to you. So the other major thing going on in sports, the second thing I kind of wanted to cover today, is the NFL is gearing up for the playoffs. I think there's 2 weeks left in the season, so there's some crucial games happening this weekend. Teams are going to be playing for their lives, or just playing out the stretch, you know, getting ready to call it an off season. But we have 2 games today. There's a whole slate of games tomorrow, and then the Monday nighter.
So for playoffs, so how far away are we from NFL playoffs then? So again, speaking as the sports, I don't know, right? So playoffs are coming up. How many teams are potentially in the running right now, and like how close is it?
Almost half the league is still technically in the running. But there's a lot of teams that the only way they're going to qualify for the playoffs if it's like 3 or 4 teams lose.
Okay. Which teams have to lose? What are the big 3? If you're pulling for somebody to lose, so some of you guys, I know you like pulling for somebody to lose, so or pulling for the underdog. Like if there's an underdog, really got to fight right now. Who's it going to be?
The biggest underdog that I've seen in the NFL right now is the Cleveland Browns. Now you have to remember, this team had only won 2 games prior to this season in the last 2 years. So the fact that they've turned it around and they're on a potential cusp of making the playoffs, but they need I think they need Baltimore and Pittsburgh and 1 or 2 other teams to completely lose their last 2 games, and they need to win out. But hey, if you want to cheer for the underdog, that's the ultimate underdog to cheer for in the NFL.
Cleveland Browns. All right. I'll think about it.
I'm sticking with the Seahawks.
Okay.
Well, they had a chance to clinch last week, but my 49ers stepped on them and beat them in overtime. It was a glorious day because we've had a bad year. So beating the Seahawks is a good day.
Just one bad year?
Bad decade.
Even I know that.
You know what, though? As a 49ers fan, I can look back and say I've watched them win 5 Super Bowls.
That's why I keep sporting the Flames, because you know what, even there's something, I hate the idea of bandwagon fandom. Like you're either a fan or you're not a fan, right? Stick with your team, and that's why, as much as I would never cheer for the Rough Riders, I respect the Rough Riders, because no matter how many years go by that team loses, those guys just keep putting watermelons on their head.
Yeah, that's beyond me, why they put watermelons, but I digress.
They love their team.
It's something in the water in Saskatchewan, I think.
It must be.
I have to be careful getting into talking a little bit of CFL, because CFL is one of my biggest passions. I'm a diehard Stampeders fan. As both Andrew and I were in Edmonton this last November to watch Calgary win the Grey Cup.
You both went to the game, didn't you?
Yeah, we were both there.
That was cool.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. I actually, a little bit off topic here, I actually met Stephen Harper at the game.
Did you?
He was in our same section. I was row 4, he was row 33, so I had better seats than the former Prime Minister. I was like, I went up to him and I was like, just wanted to shake your hand, Mr. Harper. And he kind
for a box or something.
He kind of winced a little bit, and I was like, I'm not going to hit you, man. I guess it's a good thing he's no longer in office, because otherwise I probably would have been tackled by RCMP or something.
Looking like what you look like, I can understand why you might have.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a scary-looking bastard.
But I thought you were the eye candy.
All right, getting back to sports. I thought this was a sports show. What the heck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
We digress.
The other major people are talking in Calgary, as to both Tyler and I are wearing our Flames jerseys. The Calgary Flames have been red hot, even though they lost an amazing game on Thursday to Tampa Bay.
Shootout, right?
Shootout went to 7 rounds.
Wow.
You had they're 2 of the top teams in the NHL. Tampa Bay is the #1 team in the league. Losing to them in a shootout, I'm okay with. It was an extremely entertaining game, but Calgary has been on a tear, and let's hope they can keep it up, because I don't know if some of you remember, but I remember the Red Mile in 2004.
Wasn't that
during the playoffs? It was a party. Everyone was having a great time. This country became Flames fans.
Shirts off for kipper socks.
Yeah. There was some other perks.
No pun intended.
So
I'm surprised Andrew didn't come up with.
Yeah, I'm shocked I beat him to the punch on that one.
I'm trying to keep it PC so that they keep tuning in.
Doesn't want to shock our viewers on our first episode.
Not yet. We'll leave that for the 3rd or 4th.
So hopefully those have given you some quick little talking points to your friends. And
totally.
Really, if you decide of the things we said there, it won't take long if you just jump on Google and you're like, hey, NFL playoff picture. It'll pop up, and then you could really look like, hey, I know what I'm talking about.
It lets people know, or just lets you're informed. Right?
Yes.
If people are talking about the hockey game, or if you're heading out to the bar tonight, hey, now you know the Flames play at 6:30. Right? So now you know. It keeps you in the know. And so hopefully this little update from TAZ Entertainment helps you guys accomplish that. Like I said, I'm not always going to be on the episode. No, this isn't done yet, right? We have a segment.
No, we're coming into what both Andrew and I feel are the big 3 moments. It's brought to you by Big Karaoke, which we do at Marquee Beer Market.
That's right, Wednesday night's Marquee Beer Market, and January the 9th is the finals, and we need you guys to come out and vote for our big star contestants. These people out for weeks now, and they've been getting up on the big stage. It takes a lot of courage, and they've been getting up on the big stage and giving it their all, trying to win in the big fun, the big props, and the big wow category. And now they're all going to be competing for that title, and then them, the winner in each category, they get to go head to head. Somebody's going to become the big star. And we need people to come out January 9th and cast their vote. It's going to be a lot of fun, give you a chance to get up on the big stage and sing. So if you've been thinking to yourself, yeah, maybe, I'll tell you, it is as much fun as karaoke is, and you guys have both done it.
Oh, it's a blast. I love it.
It's fun. There is something about singing on the big stage. It's cool.
It really is. You know, the sound is amazing, and you feed off the energy of the crowd. It's something that you wouldn't be able to see or experience anywhere else.
Yeah, it's cool. I get to party like a rock star.
Yeah.
You know, like there are certain songs that I like to do, like certain Billy Idol songs, or even like Kid Rock. And I remember Mike, our contestants, he went in there and he was doing some
Bawadida by Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. There's a bunch of them, right? And you can't do like a lot of those songs in most neighborhood pubs, and even Gators, as much fun as we have at Gators. Sometimes they're coming over, they're like, hey, turn it down, right? It's a little too loud, and that's just because bar owners can be funny sometimes. We know you guys want to party, but these guys get. I don't know.
But it seems we like to go off topic a lot. But
that was just me doing a shameless plug for big karaoke January 9th. You guys got to be there. That's just because you guys were foolish enough to let me be a guest on your show.
Well, yeah,
even
the one and only time.
Even though I planned the whole thing, like I feel like maybe you didn't have a choice, but I still.
So, leading back into that segue that Tyler decided to go.
What are they?
The big three this week. Well, we've already mentioned the big fun for me. And I don't know if you felt the same way, Andrew, but that game on December 20th against Tampa Bay, Flames and Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay got that first goal, then Calgary got up 3-1, then Tampa Bay came back and tied, took the lead, then Johnny Gaudreau gets a breakaway, ties it to send it to overtime, and the overtime.
Amazing shot by Gaudreau on that one, by the way.
And this is a good time to remind everybody, we're trying to find, and in future episodes, we're going to find ways to try to get the video and stuff like that into these broadcasts so you can see some of the big plays and things like that we're doing, but we are going to post the links down below. So make sure you guys, if you want to see any of these big plays and things that you guys are talking about, these big fun moments, then you guys can just check in the descriptions down below the video, and we'll make sure you guys can get links to those.
Yeah, it's definitely what we're trying to do. And like I was saying with the overtime, both goaltenders, the only thing I can say is stood on their head. There was multiple chances by both teams to put that game away, but kudos to them. Then it went into a 7-round shootout, and I'd rather see a hockey game finished by playing hockey, not by a skills competition. But still, it was, for those of the people who made it to that game, they were entertained. They got their money worth,
and then some.
Yeah.
Now I'm digressing here a little bit again, but I remember it always being once you got to playoffs, of course, it was overtime, go.
Right.
But I remember it always being just you played overtime, and if nobody scored, then the game ended a tie.
Yeah, they don't.
Right? And now they do the shootout, and you would rather, what would your preference be? Would you rather them end in a tie? Would you rather they keep overtimes like they do during playoffs? What would your like it's kind of nice having a clear winner. You can't necessarily have fans sitting in the stands until 11 o'clock at night, or however long it can take for a game of hockey to finish.
It does get hard during the regular season to do sudden death nonstop. I wouldn't mind seeing them either expand the overtime from 5 minutes to even 8, or if you do a 5-minute overtime of 4-on-4 hockey, nothing happens there. Go 3-on-3 for another 5.
I like 3-on-3. I think that would be fun.
3-on-3 reminds me of old school pond hockey. You played when you were a kid, and it's wide open, it's fast.
And that's when you really get to see some of the skill that these players have as well, right? Because sometimes when there's that many big guys on the ice, they don't have the freedom to move around like that.
Yeah.
And so I would be for changes like that. There you go. So Gary Bettman, if you're listening, or whoever else from the league makes those decisions, right here you heard it. Episode 1, the TAZ Entertainment Sports Update. 2 5-minute overtimes, 4 players and 3 players. All right, get on it.
And also Gary Bettman, if you're listening.
Fuck you. Sorry, I mean censored. We did not say that. We're gonna our very first episode. We're gonna be
I have to say
taken off of YouTube.
I have to say last year in the playoffs, talking about Bettman, I'm gonna go off on a little tangent here, but just talking about Bettman with the Vegas Golden Knights, the run that they had last year, when the fans of Las Vegas booed Gary Bettman, you got to give him a little bit of props. When he turned on the mic and he's like, well, thank you, Las Vegas, for officially becoming an NHL team and booing me. But going on to our second point.
Okay, so that was big fun.
Big fun. Like
fun.
It was just a fun moment, fun time
watching
in sports.
that shootout, Tampa Bay versus Calgary. I did not see the shootout, but I might go check those links and watch some of those shots. That might be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and next is big
our
props.
big props, which I only saw some of the highlights of this game, but the Golden Knights, Las Vegas Golden Knights playing the New York Rangers on December 16th, Henrik Lundqvist made some saves that were inhuman. Like it shouldn't have happened. You're watching the highlight or the play, and you're like, okay, this is a goal. No. And he made saves that, there's a lot of saves I couldn't make because I'm not in the greatest shape.
Oh, come on. You look like you could stop a lot of pucks.
I fill the net. I don't know.
That's half the battle.
Yes, it is. They can shrink all the goalie equipment
and more
they want.
than half of the net.
They can shrink the goalie equipment all they want on me. I still fill the net.
The biggest pads, and it's still hitting me in the shins.
Sorry about that. But yeah, it was just. I played goalie as a kid. Yeah.
So did I.
So when I see. I tried. I was the one-armed goalie. I love watching.
You were a blocker, not a catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still, want
being a goalie without a catcher, that would be like the entire upper left-hand side of the net is completely.
Well, I used to have my artificial arm on, and I was actually good enough that I could catch. I played ball hockey because, I'm ashamed to say it as a Canadian, I can't skate.
That's all right.
I'm a football player. What can I say?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I would catch the ball multiple times in the hook of my hook. So, back when I was in shape.
They didn't accuse you of cheating?
No. It was the 80s. You could get away with a lot more back then. Heck, you had NFL players smoking on the sideline.
There you go.
Yeah. NBA players doing rails.
So speaking of
allegedly, yes.
Don't sue me. Speaking of the NHL or NFL, sorry, Andrew kind of threw me off there talking about doing rails. Not that I do them. On the Monday nighter last night, you had the Carolina Panthers.
It's a good thing we scheduled 30 minutes for the show, guys.
Yeah,
I thought we only had 3 sports topics to talk about.
I know. We're gonna have to get it.
No,
shorter.
actually, I love it. I think this is fun. I just hope we have viewers. Hello, people.
I've seen some people like the post.
Yeah, let's see if we have any viewers. And we keep interrupting. This is because we're just having fun, and I like to hijack conversations.
I know that. I work with them.
So big fun, big props.
We had our big props. Now we're doing our big wow. Came from as I said, the Monday nighter. You had the Carolina Panthers playing the New Orleans Saints. It was a 4th and 2 play for Carolina, which is 90% of the time, if you're gambling, a running play. Well, Carolina threw a slight wrinkle in that. They did hand the ball off to their running back, McCaffrey, who turned around and threw a pass to get a 50-yard touchdown to take the lead in that game. Now, for Carolina, it didn't last because New Orleans was one of the best teams in the league, and Carolina is just dealing with a lot of injuries. But still, watching that play, seeing it doesn't probably help a lot of you fantasy owners out there, but it was fun and a wow play to watch because it was just unexpected. I love that in sports where you're like, I know exactly what's going to happen. I was wrong. What do you think there, Andrew?
It was reminiscent about that play. It was about 2-3 years ago, where the Seahawks in the playoffs they were going to go for a kick. They get it to Ryan. He throws a touchdown. I believe that was the AFC finals.
That would have been the NFC. The Seahawks are the NFC.
It shows how much I'm a Seahawks fan. And I'm like, they're AFC. So I'm going to go ahead and blame that on the beer.
Well, they used to be AFC.
That's true. They used to be.
So I'll give you that. But
Okay.
they switched over to the NFC years ago because it just makes sense because most of the Western teams were NFC at the time.
I get half points for that one.
Okay.
NFC, the original NFL, by the way.
It was. The AFC is actually named after the American Football League. But
The more you know.
Yes. So the last little thing.
Hey, Chris really wants to talk about sports.
Sorry, you guys have to kind of rail me in because I can talk for days.
I know, and this is the reason why you're the host of the show. So
I'll have to get better at railing myself.
We're just-
bringing myself back on topic.
we're just
Railing yourself.
We're just here for the comedic effect.
Yeah.
Because looks count, you know.
Well, Andrew is the Kate Burness of our show.
I'm the eye candy. I'm the Kate Burness. If you don't know who that is, tune into SportsXcetera on TSN.
We'll leave it at that.
I thought he's more like Andy Richter from Conan O'Brien.
If the shoe fits.
Or who's the guy that does karaoke in cars?
James Corden.
James Corden.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
could see it.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah. I'm kind of a funny fat dude.
So, but getting back on topic, the last little you want to
Let's
cover
try
for
to
you
really
folks.
zoom in on Andrew here. Can we do it?
I don't know.
Can we?
See here. You guys be the judge. You tell us. That's a small get. Does he look kind of like James Corden? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was accused.
Without a ginger beard, I don't know.
I was accused of looking like James Corden. That's when I decided to go on a diet and start losing weight.
Yeah.
Thought the guy.
Okay, we could be here for a long time if we keep joking around. So
So the JJ.
I feel so triggered.
So that was those. But that was all three of them, wasn't it? Big fun, big props, big wow.
wow, yeah. And after that, the last thing I wanted to cover, local sports here in town. Like we said, the Max Midget Tournament is coming up. Well, actually, we didn't cover that. I'm sorry, we were talking to World Juniors. We've got the Max Midget Tournament, which is a tournament that we have teams travel to Calgary, midget AAA hockey players, which are high school age players, to play in a tournament that is worldwide. You've got former NHLers who've played in this tournament. And one of the funny things, I do believe Peter Nedved, who played in the NHL back when the Soviet Union was the Soviet Union, came over.
So is it a tournament that scouts come to and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
A lot of scouts.
It's a big.
But
Where do they play? Is it just
Max Bell Center, and then the finals are played at the Dome.
And that's something that open to Joe public if you want to get tickets and
you
go
buy
see
tickets
young hockey
and
players? Really?
they're not that expensive. I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but
About $10 a seat, I believe.
I think it's around $10 to $15. And then, like I say, the finals are played New Year's at the Saddle Dome. You've got both the boys and the girls divisions, and it's some great hockey. You've got these kids who are still playing for the love of the
If
game.
you're looking for something to do for New Year's Eve, don't go watch high school kids play hockey.
Come here to Gators.
Come to Gators and play some name that team. That's going to be a good time. $10 ticket gets you a steak sandwich. So check the TAZ Entertainment website if you're looking for information on. This is what you get for putting me on the show.
It's all good. Hey,
I'm gonna keep plugging our stuff.
and with it being around Christmas time, you know, the Flames only have 2 games this week. They actually have 1 game, to correct Tyler from earlier. It's not 6:30 tonight.
Oh.
It's 2 p.m. this afternoon against St. Louis at the Dome.
My bad.
We played St. Louis last week and, laid the boots to them. So let's hope that happens again.
Another 7-2 shellacking.
Would be nice. Then we play Thursday at home. Calgary plays the Winnipeg Jets. And Winnipeg's having a great year. Calgary's having a great year. It's going to be a great game. You know, if you want to go to the game, that's great. But you know what would probably be better is come down to a place like Gators here and enjoy the game. Have their nachos. They're amazing.
Now I've got him doing it. They are.
Yeah, I came the first time I ever came here. I ordered nachos, and I was just like, "Wow, they're almost as big as this table we're sitting at." It was beautiful.
It's a good deal, and they're on sale on Saturday nights.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
But the game's on Thursday, so I guess that doesn't help much. But tonight,
35-cent wings during every
Flames game.
every Flames game,
and the wings are good.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Maybe I'll stick around for the game then.
This guy knows his food.
I know my food. I'm a big guy. They're worth it.
He's a foodie. That'll be his next show. Will be the
Food Network.
Chris's Food Network.
Chris's food tips.
He doesn't really care. Although he'd probably make a better food judge on one of those cooking shows than like a foodie
on Chopped or something like that.
Maybe.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I'd love that. I love eating food.
So again, now,
and I love telling people smart ass remarks about their work. So
So now that we have a YouTube show, NBC and CBS and all of you, if you're listening, we will take your $1 million check and work for you.
Any day.
Just pick up the phone and...
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our first mainly sports show. We may have to change the name from Sports Update to the Mainly Sports Show because we kind of go off on tangents. But I hope we've entertained you today.
That was the goal.
We've given you some sports information that you can use this week. From me, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Have a great time. Spend time with your family. If you're drinking this holiday season, please don't drink and drive. Stay safe, because the last thing we want to see is anyone get hurt.
Come out tonight and wear an ugly sweater.
And come,
all 3 shows.
I was going to say,
my sweater matches my face because it's red. Because it's red, not because it's ugly.
Yes,
and
one day you're going to make a good-looking Santa Claus.
I know, right? Yeah.
So yeah, and it's okay. Tyler
they
and I
let me
won't
within
be wearing
100
these
yards.
sweaters because they're beautiful.
That's right. That's right. I might find an Oilers jersey for tonight, but actually, I've already got my ugly sweater for tonight. I know what it's going to look like. If you don't have one, it's not too late.
Nope. Come on out. Have fun tonight.
It's going to be a good
Take
time.
care, everybody.
Thanks, guys. And I'm going to end it. Oh, see, now you guys get to see our rookie mistakes here. Check. Boom! The TAZ Entertainment Sports Update.